Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we're back with Contradictory Findings. Wright. We're about to meet the new witness, and from what the case has been revealed, like the past case so far, is a bit weird to say the least. The main two pieces of evidence, or like at least one evidence, is like just incriminating Errol Brisbane is literally a scrap of leather coat, which like has his fingerprints on it, but they're describing the crimes, like how the event played out, as Errol pushed his friend over the cliff, but grabbed him to push him, which in my head does not seem to work out. Do you I get maybe they're insinuating they just just grabbing the arm, just what do you do with my money, but like that kind of thing. But it still doesn't really make too much sense, which I guess that's the big thing to do a big turnaround here. A turnabout, would you say? Yeah. I'm about to be the witness. Who is he? My name? TITUS KRUMPPPP! Oh, this guy's great. Is it just me, or is his voice shaking the courthouse? Oh, we have a regular earthquake machine over here. It has my occupation. I'm a millionaire of sorts, and therefore do not require what you people class as a job! Oh, God. A millionaire, you say? Oh, Mr. Crump is a resident of Neoville, Your Honor. Oh, jeez. I wonder if we're gonna meet him later on, since... maybe. Ah, yes, Neoville. The village. The knee. All over the place. He witnessed the moment of the crime while crossing Verglass Bridge. Indeed, my boy. I saw the whole thing. You see, Vinny boy? What am I exactly supposed to see? You're supposed to see your own demise ahead of you, he's saying. I can only imagine. You can't win. Now that I have a decisive witness. Yeah, okay. You keep telling yourself that. This is not my first rodeo. At least on this side of the screen. This is my... chronologically, this is technically the fourth game. This is not the first time I had this tango rodeo, so go away. It leaves us witness before the testimony's even begun. What a letdown he'll get when the cross-examination begins. Witness, you may give your testimony to the court. Very well. I apologize for the wordly challenge my extensive vocabulary. Okay. Just God. Oh my God. Why did Sir flinch like that when he heard wordly challenged? You're a lawyer, sir. You should know all about these complicated... I'm a lawyer. I live for needless procedures. Legalese and all that jazz. Yeah. At approximately 6:20 p.m., I left my humble abode and set off toward the city. Verglass Bridge is the only route for miles to the city, so this I did. Well, I was halfway across the bridge when I heard the sound of bickering on the other side. Ooh, ominous. I looked ahead, and there I saw two young gentlemen arguing near the edge. I caught some of their conversation. One of them said, "Give it back!" That was when I noticed they were squabbling over a small object. The man nearest the edge was then shot hard in the chest. He staggered back a couple steps first, and then he fell backwards! Why does it not account for the whole, grabbing his arm thing? Or at least, if he just a ship was shoved, that doesn't explain the cloth. Guess the point to present. Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Crump. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Frown. Okay, let's just go down the list. Okay, now the voice clips are all in good effect now. Why did you come to the city, Mr. Crump? At Neoville, we do not have the means to look after ourselves. What do you mean by that? He means, Vinny boy, that Neoville doesn't have any stores. Aw, dang. Where am I gonna get my daily fix of my cheese crips? It's merely a small, out-of-the-way residential area with a population of a mere 22. Oh wow, must be for the exclusive, in-group cool kids. Oh, its residents kind of city is shot via Verglass Bridge. Wait, so the bridge is literally the only way in and out of the town. Good to know. That, or we have a residential mountain climber in the village just I'm not gonna take the easy way out, I'm just gonna climb down. Ah! And just a reenactment of the incident. So you see, my boy, I was just out getting my groceries. What kind of grocery are we gonna get? You see. Only around 2 miles from the city. Yeah, okay. I still love Vincenzo's voice cuts, they're amazing. The only route? Indeed, if not the closest. Are you not aware of the beautiful mansion in which I reside? No, I have never been there, so, why don't you give me all the deets about that so I can visit you later? It's very near said bridge. Are you sure about that? Dear me, Vinny boy, would you care to look at the plan view drawing again? Are you talking about, the house right to the right of the bridge, or the one like directly like forward of the bridge? This map shows Verglass Bridge and part of Neaville. These squares in Neaville present the closest houses to the bridge. The large square at the top, spanned by a small liver, is Mr. Crump's house. Okay, so it's literally just straight up. You can vouch for this, witness. Oh, most certainly, my boy. That is my beautiful manor. Oh, jeez. I just equate manor and mansion to the same thing. Yeah. So, Vinny boy, it's glaringly obvious that Mr. Crump lives near the bridge. But that's not directly close to the bridge, but I'm not gonna argue technicalities right here. I'm just remembering that one cross-examination on the Phoenix Wright games where you had to point out, like, basically just a technical mistake, and it's not even a big thing. That's so weird. So Verglass Bridge is the obvious route he would take. Witness, tell the court what happened on your little grocery trip. I was on my way to get my cheese curds and I fell down the bridge. I crossed the bridge and I heard the sound of bickering aside. You only heard like one phrase, but did you hear anything else? They were arguing? If you so desire to call it that. I thought it curious, so I froze, almost halfway across, when... With the head in there, I saw 2 young gentlemen arguing near the edge. And that would be the defendant and the victim. Absolutely, positively, lootly. The man in the defendant's chair was indubitably pleasant. Pleasant? No, he was present. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind a pleasant present. Because some of their conversation, one of them said, "Give it back." Give it back? Yes, I assume one had stolen something from the other. Oh, dang, dastardly petty theft indeed. All I could make out was, "Give it back!" Oh. No doubt I would have given whatever back to him. It sounds suspicious. What should I do? Yes. Did you happen to hear anything else? Now that you mention it, yes, I did. Now let's see. The victim then said something along the lines of, "Please give it back. I'm not gonna let something like this happen again." Then he fell. And that's what you heard? Absolutely, my boy. My ears are no more deceive me than my eyes do. Well, do you have bad eyesight then? I'm sorry, Mr. Crump, but you just fell into my trap. You just played right into my trap card. I beg your pardon, dear boy. Recall of Oprah stated at the beginning of the trial. I see. What does witness, witness? Unfortunately, the bridge is far too away from the scene for anything to be coherently heard from it. Oh, yeah. If what you said was correct, Volper, Mr. Crump shouldn't have heard the conversation that clearly. He heard more? I had no idea. Order! I'll have order. Prosecutor Volper, did you know about this? My apologies, Your Honor. Why keep such valuable information for the court? I just see a fool. I just didn't think it was relevant. Why is it what they were arguing about, I mean? Okay, just vanished. He just had to get to find his pen on the ground. I'm sorry, Prosecutor Volper. I find it very hard to believe you. I'm afraid you must now be penalized for purposely holding back vital information. Penalized? Me? This can't be! No! Okay. Did I say something wrong? Not just thinking about it even more, like, the canon games, like, they don't have too much about like, the prosecutor being penalized. It's almost always, like, they do some sort of workaround here. Oh, this is interesting. Did I say something wrong? Oh, jeez. Your Honor, no, please! You've made a mistake! I've never lost. I can't lose. I won't lose. I'm Vex Volper, damn it! Okay. Oh, good show, Vinny. You've given Volper his first penalty. Absolutely smashing. I just remember the last time, something like a prosecutor who had a perfect win record had his first penalty. Yeah, you might be in danger, Vincenzo. Indeed. Now I think it's time to break the news. Nobody's perfect, Volper. Not even you. I think it's time you got this thought into your scattered brain little mind. But I'm perfect! How the hell can a creepy third-rate lawyer like you... We're creepy. What? He has a gorgeous blue or black hair? I don't know. I'm just gonna go blue because I like blue. Oh, I just missed a statement. Can we please get back to the witness's testimony? You're not grinning anymore. Did your testimony, Mr. Crump? Stepping across the bridge when I heard the sound of bickering. I saw two young gentlemen arguing near the edge. Give it back. We already did that. Oh, wait. When I noticed they were scrubbing over a small object. What object was that? And this was the card submitted by the detective earlier. Oh, that? Hold on, let me check again. The victim's lucky charm was found on the bank 10 feet away from the body, bears the victim's and defense fingerprints. So, like, how lucky is this lucky charm? Like, the second someone holds it, like, get immense luck enough. Like, a second you just get every single scratch ticket you get, it's like, oh yeah, scratch. Oh my god, $1 billion. Oh wow, and stuff like that. Yeah, seems a bit meh. This is the card submitted by the detective earlier. I'm not sure. I couldn't see that well from my distance. I could identify it as a flat white object. Oh yeah, okay. So yes, this would be the card. Why is he so sure? Now, what happened next, witness? Man nearest the edge was then shot hard in the chest. But there was no way Brisbane could have done that. Have you seen how bad his nerves are? Oh, we're really going that? Oh, really? How do you know it's all just an act? I know real nerves when I see them, Volper, but that's just my own subjective opinion. If you're quite finished, I am really stating what I saw. The defendant shot the victim in the chest. And then, he staggered back a couple of steps, then he fell backwards. How far back did he stumble? Lidge was only a few steps behind him. My first thought is... Oh, this is the victim's, like, footprint. There's no, like, footprints leading back. And I guess that's, like, yeah. Lidge was only a few steps behind him. He rolled back until his foot found nothing. Then down he fell! Did you see the victim fall? I saw the moment, but not the whole treacherous journey to the bottom. It was too dark. Dark? Yes. The moonlight, I believe, shone in the northwesternly direction. Therefore, rendering the gorge in total darkness. Yeah. Some of the testimony seems to contradict something I've heard recently. Probably a footprint thing. From Prosecutor Volper, no doubt. Yeah, I think it's that photo. Okay, let's see. That's when I noticed they were scuffling or a small object. Okay, next statement. And near the edge and just hard in the chest. Take back a couple steps. Yeah, okay, so backs. Then this thing just go to the super photo. Objection! Yes, okay. Mr. Crump, you testified that you saw the victim stumble backwards before falling to his death, correct? That is correct. Unfortunately, that contradicts the evidence. Take a good large look at this photograph of the crime scene. You said that you saw the victim stumble backwards. However, I see no footprints to suggest this. Why, you're right. Well, I do declare the victim moved strangely, as if he was stumbling backwards. Huh. Moved strangely, he was stumbling backwards. Your testimony, Mr. Crump. Well, it's like, he has to be, like, shut or something like that. Doesn't the footprints don't indicate, like, you know, he slipped or anything, so... It must be something like either, like, he was pushed back? He couldn't have slipped based on the footprints. Like, literally, it's just, like, him standing there, then, like, one moment he was standing there, the next he was over the gorge? Like, maybe he took a step back or something? Do you test Mr. Crump? 20. Oh, okay, so there's more contradictions. This bridge is the only route from miles to the city, so this I did. Some bickering. Should harm the chest. Oh, do we actually, can we present the claw scrap here because he grabbed onto the arm? Doesn't that make sense here? Which is from the victim's sleeve when he fell backwards. Yeah. From a leather coat, no fingerprints. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. Like, wait, so he was wearing gloves? I guess I'm missing them ahead. Let's see this work. Okay, yes. Mr. Crump, are you sure you saw the victim being shot in the chest? Like, have you ever seen someone get, like, shot in the arm? It's not very pleasant. Most certainly. If that's true, then there's a contradiction in the way this cloth was torn. The story so far is that this cloth was torn to the victim's sleeve as he fell, but the defendant pushed the victim in the chest without holding the sleeve. There was no way the sleeve was torn this time, unless he fell over the cliff and then a piece of the cloth just snagged into one of the cliffs below and just unraveled itself. Yeah, it doesn't sound likely. That was a possibility the sleeve was still torn. That is very unlikely. That's why you need to take into consideration the other possibility. Other possibility? What other possibility? There's no other possibility! If I didn't really intended to push the victim to his death, he would no need to grab the victim's jacket. Yeah, that's what I keep saying in my head. A simple push would have sufficed in the victim's life. Why grab his jacket? To shake the loose change out of him, like I keep saying, like, where's the fucking body? Yeah. There may have been a struggle. The footprints photos doesn't say. It was you, Professor Volper, who said there was no struggle. Even if I felt bad, the photo doesn't have anything like that. Oh, sorry. It keeps going. It is only, like, single left footprint, and then he just went backwards and fell with the gorge. There's no, like, multiple steps taken. These footprints leading to there are just them walking into place. And that's it. There was no struggle. Oh, okay. And on top of which, the photograph shows no signs of struggle. Okay. You. Oh, you. Wouldn't it make it more sense for the purpose of holding the victim's sleeve to be trying to save him? Yeah, that would certainly help. You still haven't presented one single piece of decisive evidence to prove that. The logical reason for Brisbane to grab the victim's sleeve would be stop him from falling. Wait, so... Shot in the chest. He shot in the chest. Then fell. Oh, so he's trying to save him after pushing him, then? Or, I just can't prove it yet. You know, I don't really have any evidence to do that. Well, it looks like two pieces of contradicting evidence were found by the defense so far. First of all, he has proved that the witness did indeed hear the conversation between the defendant and the victim quite clearly. Secondly, this photograph that proves the victim did not stumble back, but rather what, Your Honor? Rather, he was thrown off the cliff altogether. Thrown off? Thrown off? I'm just thinking about more, but I'm just gonna go follow the normal, like, Phoenix fashion. There's like a different, like, there's no culprit here. This is not like some sort of accidental thing where, like, you know, I guess the defendant, like, pushed them, and, like, you know, they went over the cliff and, like, they were trying to save him, that sort of thing. There's like, another culprit? If I'm going down that assumption, which assumption is making an ass of yourself, but I'm still gonna do it anyway, doesn't that mean, like, someone else was here? Or... that... no, doesn't really make any sense. Nah. Oh dear me, Vinny boy. Two possible stories in this case, both completely believable. Now I've done it. Is there another explanation for what happened? As the judge put it, thrown off. That's a weird distinction to put it, though. Yes, there is, and there isn't. Well, obviously there has to be. Your Honor, there is another explanation for what really happened. Early, Mr. Cicatrice. But please enlighten the court and tell us. Slinging in the evidence that explains what really happened to the victim. I'm guessing I'm going to present Sling here for that, but... We have these. Here by the forensics crime scene. Lucky Charm was found in the bank 10 feet away from the body. Various victims was found fingerprints. Rips in the victim's sleeve. If we're going to the assumption that I'm that if I'm going to the assumption that Errol Brisbane was trying to see was trying to he was like, you know, I guess thrown back, as the judge put it. He grabbed it to the sleeve to grab it, but then the sleeve like torn because of the red rod, as Vex Volper put it, and he fell over and died. Next 40 caused death. Different photo. Yeah. Well, a quick shove and he was already back. Wait. There's a little mark there on the cliff edge. I don't have my I don't think you can see what I'm pointing at the cursor, but there's like a weird little mark there along the edge of like the gray back. I don't know if that means anything now. Oh, I remember this now. Yep, okay, that's it.
Take that.
I remember. Okay, I'm remembering it all now. This whole thing now. The footprint photograph? There's a certain part of this photo that doesn't ring true. Don't make me laugh, Vinny boy. All that photo shows the defendants and the victim's footprints. And one other thing, which now I'm remembering it now. Oh boy. What exactly is there in this photograph that proves Brisbane's innocence? No, it's covered up. Oh boy.
Take that.
Hopefully it's over there. So the firm is interested in Volper. If you look closely at this section of the photo, there are some finger marks up in the snow. Huh. So that means someone else is there. And I remember how it was all done now. What can you conclude from this fact, Mr. Cicatrice? It's simple, Your Honor. Jack Crane wasn't pushed in the front. He was pulled from behind. So, shove, then someone... Wait, like dangling over the cliff. Grabbed the victim and thrown it off. And hold on, thinking back on it. Weather report, snow is constantly mounted with no fresh fell since 5:30 p.m. on February 10th. 5:30. Jeez, you were there, like, whoever it was must have been there for an hour and 10 minutes. If we decided to, like, drop down from the cliff, there's no other footprints. He must have been there so long. What? Why? That, or, like, whoever it was, like, it was a riverbank down there, so the culprit, like, walked down there and climbed their way up to get into position or something like that? And left, like, came... Jack Crane wasn't pulled from the front, he was pulled from behind. Since Errol Brisbane has an airtight alibi for what he was doing at the time, from the witness, it means somebody else killed Mr. Crane. Somebody else? Wilbur seems to be really suffering. I had no idea simple pounding could be so crippling. Well, I've got a question for you, Vinny boy. If you're so claiming this is how the victim was killed, then where do you say the killer really was? I hadn't thought of that. This does raise a good point. Melissa Secretaries, where do you claim the killer really was? Okay. Okay, looking back on this map now... Wait, was this even in the court record now? Oh, it is, okay. Well, looking at this now, it seems like he was pushed. The victim was pushed. Like, I guess the killer, like, Errol Brisbane, he pushed the victim a tiny bit. Then, if we're going to the assumption that the culprit was there, behind them, and pulled them back, it must be like... Yeah. Wait! I just remembered something. Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhaging from several traumas found in the head. Fell just 50 feet before death. Like, the judge mentioned, or at least, I'm trying to remember who exactly said it, but I think it was either the judge or Snow, said when he was pushed back, like, the victim didn't actually die from, like, you know, hitting the riverbank down below. His head kept hitting, like, you know, ledges along the side of the cliff edge, so... Were they, like, standing on those? So, here.
Take that.
I present to the court... Oh, the real position of the killer. That's just stupid. Are you telling me that the killer was hanging on to the edge of the cliff the entire time, waiting to commit the murder? Yeah. Well, ledge, standing on the ledge or something? I admit, it does sound a little far-fetched. Was there anywhere for the killer to hide? Yeah, so how exactly you're gonna prove that? When I answer one question, he brings me another. Okay, I think I actually got the thing. Ledge. Can you prove the killer had somewhere to hide in the cliff edge? Trouble follows this video. Are you sure you know what you're doing? I hope so. Be careful. Please think of my hemorrhoids. Okay. How can I not? I'm turning back now. Defense requests. If I go on my theory about the ledge, let's sweep the crime scene. Defense requests an immediate sweep of the crime scene, namely the edge of the cliff. What do you think you'll find there? Prosecutor Volper, do you recall the shoe print analysis you and the detective spoke of? Just get to the point. I was thinking, what if the real killer had a ledge to stand on? Shoe print. Oh. Rocky outcrop, perhaps. Even though I know who the culprit is top of my head, doesn't seem like they're actually there's a real suspicious person. To think of, like, there's no culprit, really. What was it, like, the witness is there, on the bridge, watching on. Brisbane was on the ledge, so whoever else has a connection to the victim, or at least some sort of motive for killing the victim, must be there? If there was a ledge for the killer to hide on, he would most certainly leave footprints in the snow. Defense, therefore, would like to request a search for this ledge. What? You could let him do that? Request granted. But a word of warning before we initiate proceedings, Mr. Sixtrees. Yes, Your Honor? If no ledge is found in the crime scene, or nothing new is found, I believe you will accept responsibility for the consequences? Acknowledged, Your Honor. Acknowledged, Your Honor. Very good. Bailiff, organize a party to search the cliff of the crime scene for a snow-covered ledge. Aren't they all the ledges covered in snow? I believe this is a good time for a 30-minute recess. Court proceedings will continue in a said time. I think we're on our way, to, I guess, to seeing who the true culprit is. I believe so. February 11th, 11:23 a.m. District Court. How much longer is this gonna take? Only a few more minutes. We've been here from 10 to 11:23, so probably another hour, sorry. Vinny? Yes? Is it difficult being a lawyer? If you want the truth, yes, it is. Have you seen how many close calls Phoenix had in the 3 games he had? It's horrendous. You see, I only ask because, well, see, I'm studying law right now. Oh. I'm aiming to become a well-known prosecutor one day. A prosecutor? Any particular reason why? Well, the criminals are to blame for my nerves. I'm absolutely terrified of criminals. I was hoping that if I became a prosecutor, I'd never have to fear criminals again. Kinda reminds me of, like, Edward's backstory, too. Yeah. Like, after the DL6 incident, he despised criminals, or in the case, like, I guess Manfred Ron Karma, like, help instill that, like, mindset into him, and be, like, this ruthless towards, getting everyone guilty. The perfect windmaker and all that kind of stuff. If only I had more confidence, or at least something to awaken my senses. Mr. Brisbane, may I ask you something regarding the crime? I suppose. What was your relationship with the victim? Jack. He was my closest friend. I met him at law school a few years ago. Oh. He had a stepbrother who became a prosecutor and probably wanted to follow him. A stepbrother? Did you ever meet him? Just briefly, but for some reason Jack didn't want me to meet him. When I think about it, that prosecutor looked a lot like him. Well, like what I can remember. Prosecutor? You mean Vex Volper? Yeah, he just looked a lot like Jack's stepbrother. Wait a minute, that face, that hair. Mr. Brisbane, are you alright? That's him. Volper? He's the victim's stepbrother? Yes, I'm sure of it. That's what he looked like. Makes something like this at all. Prosecutor Volper related to the victim? I don't know if this will be any help, but what if I were to write this down? Write down? You mean like an affidavit? Who knows? Maybe those will come in handy sometime. Most definitely coming in handy right now, huh? Must be some memo. What about the card you fought over? What's so special about it? Let me look at that real quick, though. Vex Volper and the victim Jack Crane are stepbrothers, son by Brisbane. Can I come into play? Over the card you fought over, what's so special about it? Like, I'm assuming, like, that's the reason why you fought over it, but... It's a lucky charm? That's what I asked Jack at the time of the crime. And I know the reason the card is yeah, it's a very interesting reason. Actually, it's the reason why we met at Veracruz Bridge in the first place. It was? Anyway, the card, it's made of... The court is back in session. Please make your way back to the courtroom. Nig. You can tell me once this is over, Mr. Brisbane. Oh, sure. Good luck, and thank you, Vinny. I think it's made of Nig. What was he about to say? Guess we'll find out next time, then. Huh. Well, I think basically by this point, like, my whole memory about how this all past trial, and actually the rest of this case, anyway, it's actually all in full effect now. Yeah. Okay, now I'm remembering it all. Oh, this is gonna be a ride. Oh, this is gonna be so fun to go through again. So if we're going on the assumption that Vex Wolfer is a stepbrother, he obviously has a reason for killing his, I guess, stepbrother. Like, he was on the ledge like that, but, I guess, like, there's something going on, like, in interpersonal relationships in the family dynamics or something like that. That's when he wanted to kill him or something like that. I guess only time will tell. So we'll leave this up here. So, more fun time watching as I am playing this. Be seeing you next time, what time may be, and I'll hope you have a fantastic day.